Yes.
Good morning from rainy Seattle.
Rainy Seattle.
I'll bring
Good.
this back up when we want to talk about deals. You
Oh,
know,
the MLS?
yeah. Well, I had the screen share up, and normally we talk about sports. The Masters was yesterday, or whatever else. Where we're vacationing this week. Um,
Sports.
did you watch the Masters yesterday?
Zero. Zero of the Masters.
I knew the answer to that question.
Zero. I watched the F1 race.
Nice, nice. I did not watch that, nor did I watch the NASCAR race, unfortunately.
Uh, and then I also yesterday watched Fast and Furious 9 or 8. It's amazing. Dude, they went into space, literally. They took out a took out a satellite in a in
Is
a
who's done a deep dive on which Fast and Furious is the best and why was it Tokyo Drift?
and why was it Tokyo Drift? Dude, it's definitely the best is still the first one.
Yeah, it's got to be the first one. Tokyo Drift has to be my second favorite, and it's like the only one of the entire franchise that really has like almost no character overlap. Like they tie it back in later on, but at the time it was like a completely different story.
Yeah, it is like watching it and I'm like they're like they're getting brought out of hibernation or whatever out of retirement and I'm like, "Oh yeah, because this group of street racers is uniquely qualified to take on um world world domestic power uh government contract work." Like Vin Diesel's driving through the jungle in a Dodge Charger.
So good.
Like, you know, like somebody's got a Jeep truck, somebody's got like an actual military, like one of those like hybrid tank things, and then just the bad guy. Like there's like 50 guns, and none
Yeah.
of them ever hit them.
They like started like most relatable. Like the first one was like most relatable. You're like, oh, I'm like one good car away from like being and a group of friends away from like being, like one of the people in that movie. Like this is achievable for me to like become one of these characters. And then like every movie after that was like further and further away from like what was like
Totally.
relatable or like achievable for the watcher. And it just became pure entertainment, which like I mean I guess they knew and they kept selling. I mean they're all great.
Isn't it, it's one of the highest grossing franchises of all time.
Yeah, it's insane.
I mean, also like now they also embrace it. They're like, no one's gonna believe this.
Yeah,
And the characters are like, dude, just two guys up in space. No one's gonna believe this. So it's hilarious that they've embraced it. Something that was cool about the original one is a lot of those cars. I don't remember where it was shot. California, maybe, somewhere. A lot of those cars in the movie are actual real people's cars from the scene.
oh that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that the 10-second car was a Toyota Supra.
Oh yeah, awesome. Those cars are like investments.
Yeah,
Those
bring
cars
back the
are.
Supra if anyone from Toyota is watching.
Um, do you like the new one?
Have they brought it back or is it just like a concept?
No, it's back. It's a little bit more similar to
Oh yeah.
kind of like it feels
Yeah,
more like a Honda S2000.
yeah. I mean it's not like I mean it's $61,000.
Yeah,
It's cool.
they're pretty sweet.
It's cool. I mean, I don't if I'm getting a $61,000 car, I don't know if I'm buying that. It is cool, but
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. I look at cars differently, I guess, than I used to. I don't know.
Yeah, if I'm spending 60 grand, I'm definitely probably buying something different as well. I'm probably buying a Dodge Viper and then having enough leftover money to fix it when it breaks.
Yeah, or I'd buy like a '90s Ferrari, you
Yeah,
know, like I'm trying to get looks if I'm driving something super fast.
yeah.
And a '90s Ferrari is getting way more looks than this cool Super. I mean, the Super's cool, but like for the money,
Yeah, I think honestly, because like where are you gonna drive it really fast around
right?
Massachusetts and all of its potholes? But like honestly, the older ones are like it's almost cooler to go slow in them. They definitely get the looks, they get the head turns, but they're not really even that fast. I
Yeah,
mean, you've got Teslas blowing the doors off almost everything on the street anyway.
right. And the new Tesla Roadster, which I don't think is out yet, but apparently is going to be like um, amazing. Um, yeah, I don't know the details on it, but yeah, and I think also if I'm going like sort of like quote middle of the road sports car in that like 60 to $100,000 range, and I want like a newer one, I'm going the Corvette.
Yeah. Yeah. That way you can literally hang with pretty much every supercar straight and in a turn.
Right, right, and it's a bigger car. The Super kind of looks like a smaller car.
It
If I want
is.
a supercar, I don't want like or something really fast. I don't want it to feel like a. I don't want it to feel small. I want it to feel like kind of big, wide, low, and fast. That's just me.
Yeah, and I honestly I want like a hot rod. I want a rat rod. I want basically a go-kart with a big engine. It's like a tin can. you know? Because like it's all about I feel like it's all about the experience in the car. Um I'm sure the new Corvette is awesome. I'm sure it's wicked tight and fast. Um, but you know, something that goes like I don't know. That sounds more fun.
Can we just clip that?
Yeah, right. You're like you can make and people are like you can make the Corvette do that. I know, but everybody knows like the you want it to if it vibrates, it's going to be more exhilarating.
It's true. True. They had a
Oh,
concept for an electric car that I think vibrated like an engine, like a gas engine.
I mean, look, I don't know. I think they might be the future of truly that or some alternative um, fuel source, but they are still nowhere near as they don't exist. Like you ever watch you ever watch a Formula E race, of like the Formula race cars, but they're all electronic.
No, I would never watch that.
Okay, well, there you go. So, so yeah, and they just go like they literally sound like little electric RC cars, which is cool, and I'm sure they're a blast to drive. And there's definitely a lot more of them in the race, and they crash a lot more. But it's not the same as a gasoline powered. And I hear that I believe we're going back to V12s in Formula One racing, which is awesome because they kept getting smaller and smaller, and now they have basically a twin turbo V6. Um,
That's what the engines are running.
that's what they run right now.
Still going 220.
Still doing it. Still,
So I imagine just by, I mean, a V12. I mean, I'm sure they can always make a car faster, but by going up to a V12, they're not necessarily saying, okay, we're going to allow these cars to go faster because of this. I imagine they're still going to sort of govern them at the same top speed.
yeah. There's probably I think well one of the things that's interesting about like the Formula series or the company, the grand overarching thing is that like they make they basically give like design qualifications to the team and the team has to make a new car. So like for this next one, they get to make. I think we get to go back to V12s next year, but they have to create their own fuel source. So it's like the fans love the fans.
Gasoline.
Yeah, correct. It has to be some renewable, sustainable fuel like source that the team has to actually like.
Oh, that's cool. I mean,
Yeah,
like, it's kind of dumb, kind of cool at the same time.
it's all part of the sustainability of racing. Which, all right,
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. Because the
there's
okay
the
because
hundreds of
the highest
millions of
level of
dollars.
emissions in the entire Formula One racing industry, the highest level of emissions comes from the race car, not
Right.
trucks pulling them all around the world, not the planes, all the private planes flying all the billionaires and the racers across the world to the tracks, not the 100,000 spectators that fly there on planes and boats and cars and sit there and fart all fucking day long and like releasing their ethanol into the atmosphere or whatever it is or CO. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's the race cars that are driving for 3 hours at peak performance. They don't want to waste anything, but the exhaust that comes out of that out of those race cars is what the problem.
Right, right. Um,
Make the spectators walk. The requirement is you must walk from your house to the track, and that is how we make Formula One sustainable.
oh gosh, yep, that's pretty funny. Um, yeah, so there's definitely a little bit of that going on in the in the sport.
I just wanted to advertise its run on like corn oil or something.
Yeah, yeah. Or I mean, so because I was really into the streetcar scene growing up, and Paul Walker's Eclipse in the Fast and Furious, the first one.
Yeah.
I had that car with turbos and all the. I had lots of stuff that car had, minus the NOS. Although mine was all-wheel drive, they used a front-wheel drive version, and I feel like for all my homies out there that had Eclipses, just know that that was the superior version to bring if you're going to represent the Mitsubishi Eclipse. Anyway, um, uh, now I got um, now I'm sidetracked thinking about my car.
I mean, all-wheel drive, yeah, it definitely would be better. I mean, you have two tires gripping the road, or you have four tires gripping the road.
Yeah, yeah, that car was a blast to drive. I still miss that car. I still miss that car. I
Maybe you
remember
can hunt it down and rebuy it.
honestly. Talk about spending 60 grand. Here, like, go spend 7 grand, go buy one, give it all new everything, spend 20 grand and have a lot of fun. Yeah, it's everybody loves the V12 over the V6 strictly for the sound that
Yeah.
it makes because they're tiny. Oh, ethanol. So in the streetcar scene, like a lot of dragsters, drag racers, a lot of them will run like ethanol, gasoline. It has something to do with the like the timing and like the synchronization of your engine with of how the fuel combusts inside of the cylinder. You can change that timing, like when the fuel goes in and when the spark plug actually sparks and when it combusts. It's really interesting. I don't substantially know too much about it, but there are people that would run ethanol specifically just for improved performance there. So I don't know. I don't know what I haven't actually read too much onto it, but it's possible, I guess. It's possible. But yeah, race cars are awesome.
Yeah, they are.
They're awesome. It's I would love to go to I would love to go and watch the race in Monaco on a boat.
I assume you can see it from a boat.
Totally. That's
Yeah,
where all the billionaires hang out.
yeah.
I mean, they're all over the place. You know those race weekends, they typically bring like 200 to 330,000 people in weekend attendance.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
Just imagine when they're all walking, how sustainable it'll be. I just took 300,000 cars off the road. Forget the 12 cars in the race.
First of all, it's 20 cars. You know, so there's a team that's not doing very well, but they're next year they're transitioning to become Audi. So Audi is entering the Formula One space, which I think is cool because Audi owns Lamborghini. And if they bring back the V12, I think it'd be sick for them to put Lamborghini put a Lamborghini motor in the car. I mean, it's all built, it's all custom, it's all new, but it'd be good for the brand, and it would give Lamborghini an opportunity to have F1 track time against their friend and foe, Ferrari.
Yeah.
Who Ferrari's is fun. McLaren won. They got first place and second place, or no, they got first and third, and Mercedes got second. And I think Ferrari landed like 4-5 or 4-6. But it's a ton of fun. I love watching them. It's insane. The hundreds of millions of dollars of infrastructure to put a race car. And then they have these like build caps. Now they give them build caps because they want the teams to be more even. And I'm like, how you gonna tell like one team, like how do you like creatively account for all of this R&D and massive infrastructure and team spend that you've had historically over the life of your F1 career, and then you have to chop it down to a smaller amount so the smaller teams can be more competitive?
Yeah. That I sort of like I understand, and like I sort of agree and sort of don't. And they're also I feel like that also they're trying to put like more of like if you make the cars more even, then you put more of the determination and results on the driver, who are like the more public facing figures. Because if like you could have, the best driver in the worst car, it's going to be, you know what I mean, like they may not be necessary, they may not be recognized as the best driver, because if they're in a Camry competing against a Ferrari, they're just not going to win. But it's interesting. It's an interesting. Those are rules manipulations I'm okay with.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely the teams have definitely evened out. That's for sure. Have you watched the show Drive to Survive on Netflix?
I've seen some of it, but no.
Great show. Great show. It's a good way to get into the sport because you get to it's half racing, half reality TV show.
Right. No, I watched the golf one. I've seen the NASCAR one. Similar type of production.
I've never been to a NASCAR race.
Dude, lots of left turns. It's awesome. The cars only turn left.
I went to a Top Fuel drag race. So loud. I mean, literally vibrate. They vibrate everything. You can see the glass in the buildings vibrating. You can feel it in your bones. It's incredible.
Yeah. NASCAR is very much the same. Like have to have air protection.
What?
Yeah. All right, we've got 15 minutes. Should we hard pivot to properties? Well, our day job.
Let's hard pivot to our day job.
All right.
We have an investor call. We have 3 investor calls today.
That's right.
4.
Okay.
4.
It's gonna be a great Monday.
It won't be a manic Monday.
We have a
Yep.
new deal in our pipeline that we found this morning on Find That Flip.
Boom. There it is. Let's go. Yes, our 10 a.m. is confirmed.
All right. Let's take a look. What do we want to look for?
I feel like it's Find That Flip. I feel like we should look at single families, see what's fresh. There's got to be something fresh on the market.
Yeah. Let's needs work. 6 results.
Welcome to this classic colonial home.
99. Have mercy. The needs work ones are never really like that. They're almost like never that beat up.
Yeah. Whenever it says contractor, it's good.
Yeah, let's search that one. Contractor. Yeah, 59 results.
There it is.
Huntington. Where the hell is Huntington? Ooh, Springfield.
140. Pretty house.
Pretty house. Evidence of luxurious past.
Yes. Once a booming metropolis.
What was the industry in Springfield? Some sort of textile, I would assume.
I don't know what Springfield's main. What was Springfield's? Let's see. Railroads. Mills of all varieties grew up. Skilled labor. Because of the area's location and technical advancements, particularly in metal crafts, and the United States Armory was located here in 1794, resulting in further industrial development. So apparently, major railroad center.
Look at this.
Machine manufacturing, insurance, finance, blah, blah, blah. City of Springfield's known for Dr. Seuss.
They are. There's a Dr. Seuss museum, I think. I think
That is. Apparently, it's the city of first due to many innovations developed here, such as the first American dictionary, the first American gas-powered automobile. Look at that. Vroom. And the first machining lathe for interchangeable parts. Okay.
Wow.
Still don't fully really answer your question.
What was my question?
What was the industry?
Oh yeah. I don't know. They made stuff. All right, you want to do this one? This is in Westfield, not too far.
Yeah.
50. 1960s, great year for house flipping projects.
Westfield will get a decent price too.
Uh-huh. That's what I was thinking. And this doesn't look to be in that bad of shape. I don't know what's going on with this.
Need to flip-flop those locations.
Yeah. Same with this. Maybe like move this or something. Just a little bit of awkwardness, but this is a single family. It's not that hard. Drive-through garage. Pretty cool. Look at that jacuzzi in the house.
Game time. Yeah, this one looks good.
This looks like good bones, as they say. I mean, a lot of cosmetic work. Um, let's pull the comp list.
Ooh, back on market.
Yeah, went back on market twice. Um, so we're gonna find out why. 1368 Granville Road. Okay, boom. Maybe a mile. Oh, maybe take out the keywords. I always forget to take out the keywords. Okay. All right. Well, let's maybe half a mile. No, let's go back to a mile. Westfield's kind of spread out. It did say like 3,000 square feet, which I find to be a little off. 1,300 square feet sold for 222. I guess a similar condition. Yeah, ish. You know, maybe this is a little bit better condition.
Looks kind of old.
Yeah, definitely looks old. All right, where is the one we were looking at?
Those split levels are gonna attract a slightly better price than just a regular
Yeah.
ranch.
Why is ours not showing up? What was our keyword? Contractor?
Yep.
But if I put that in, I bet it shows up. Oh no. Granville Road.
Yeah, just under 3,200 square feet on an acre.
Yeah. Okay. So why is... But you take that out and it doesn't show up.
Do a low price of 350. See what pops up.
I need to take this out because it's not showing up. Okay, I'm just going to assume that these are within a mile. Let's see here. I'm just going to use this one. You know, sometimes there's some funky things with MLS. Yeah, I mean, this is the one we were looking at. We are on a busier road, something to think about, or like a more of a main looking road. Like this is more neighborhood, but it looks to be within a mile. So, okay. All right. Let's see.
Got a lot more space.
Yeah. I'm just going to use the Zillow. It's easier to flip back and forth. But this can't be 3,100 square feet. That makes no sense. Four season room. I mean, I guess it's possible. 3,159, but like, where is that? You know what I mean? So you have your kitchen, living room, bedroom, unfinished basement.
It's the built-in spa. That's at least 900 square feet.
So, these are 6 bed, 2 bath, 3 bed, 2 bath, different style, but like 390, 372, not quite as nice. 375,
It's a nice house.
pretty nice. Yeah, it's a pretty nice house. 450. I mean, this is new construction, but like, so if I'm gonna guess here that they're definitely including this 3-season room, which is fine.
You should look at what a two-family goes for,
Yeah.
because this has ADU written all over it.
Multifamily. Where are the multis? Here we go. 2-family. Oh, it's $399. Nicest one.
You got a 3-bed and a one
Uh,
of 2 threes.
Yeah, here's a two bed and a 4-bed under agreement, listed at 425. My thoughts probably with this one is you can list this at like 399. I mean, if it's actually this big, great. Make it 3-bed, 2 full bath. My guess is it's not actually this big. It sounds doesn't. I mean, I don't know. I think a house is obviously 3,000 square feet. If it's 3,000 square feet, something's a little off with that. Although it is spacious, but my guess is if you have new everything, probably 399. One thing I do really like about split levels is you can do a lot with like your color and your design scheme here. You kind of have like 3, you have this garage level, this level, and then this level here, and you can make for really interesting design decisions to kind of make this stand out and unique.
Yes, this is kind of like a mid-century modern design, and you can lean into the new modern design, and they take to it really well.
Right. Yeah, an updated mid-century modern would be a great strategy on this one.
Yeah. Like oversized windows or where like the boxing around the windows kind of protrude a bit, so it kind of gives you like that a little bit of like dynamic.
Right. And you can see it's got like a nice hot water heater. Like probably, I'm assuming your your major infrastructure is probably in relatively good condition. So you're really just updating the whole thing, which is probably 75,000 does a lot of work here. Full kitchen, 2 full new baths, maybe some some additional doors and interior trim. But I mean I don't hate this one at 250.
Yeah. Back on market. Third time's the charm.
I'm definitely going to see what's going on here, why it's going back on market, because that's an indication that you may be able to get it for a little bit less. But just kind of what I'm seeing here in the single families, if this new construction gets 450, this one can get 375. This is a nice house. It is on a main road, but maybe 375 is a better number to list it at.
It's hard. Like, you have to give them the benefit of the doubt that actually is the size it is, because none of these comps are
that size.
Are that size.
No. And this isn't even that. I mean, this is a nice house, but there's certain aspects of it that are not that updated. We got 2 minutes, so I'm not gonna, try to hone in on every piece here. But this is still dated in some aspects, and they got 375. I mean, it's a nice property. Uh, I have to give them that. This is an extremely nice property.
On half the size of lot though,
That's true.
and
You
a
know,
1,000 square feet smaller.
yep, 390 here, 1,700 square feet, and this Cape isn't, you know, isn't as updated either. Maybe 389 is a good list price.
We should reach out. We should go walk this one. It's in our backyard.
Yeah. I'd probably look to purchase more in the 200 to 225 range. That makes this a really good deal. But yeah, curious what's going on this one. It says it's foreclosure. Maybe there'll be an auction. I don't know. Should check it out.
Okay. We shall.
Lots of deals in Western Mass.
Lots of deals in Western Mass. Everybody, wish us luck. We're going into an investor call. We're raising money for the private equity fund to buy more deals. We got a bunch of buildings over here already that we're working to finance and capitalize. So hit us up, wallaceandrei.com. You can learn a little bit more about how you can invest passively if you're interested. Got to be accredited to participate, but we're going to go talk to some money. We got some money on the line. Everybody, we will see you mañana.
All right. Adios.